求め合う青春 Oh, that's actually working for once. Jesus. Anyways, hello and good evening, everybody. Sorry for that false start. Things were not running properly. Hopefully, I'm coming through okay. Hang on, let me refresh, mix it up. Let's try that again. It's not one thing, it's another. There we go. Okay, so that's working. Spirit City's working. This is working. Okay, fine, good. Ugh, pain in my ass, I swear. It's not one thing, it's another. Anyways, welcome back to Let's Build. Uh, when did I last stream this? It wasn't last week. I think it was like 2 weeks ago that I uh, streamed Gunpla. It was a hot second, but all right. So before we get things started, let's go ahead and get ourselves relaxed in Spirit City. So let's see, we got our otter here. I think we're dressed up for tonight. What do we need for the spirit decks? Trying to get early start. Writing. Okay, so the morning. Seat on the table for convenience. Views of the city. Okay, so morning, writing, city. Train. Okay. Lighting. Sounds of the city. Let's get that going for a little bit. This one. Yeah, or here, right? Okay, exterior. Nope, interior. Writing. Decor. Scenery. Here we go. Bingo! That's what we were looking for now that we got that going. Alright, how's that coming through? That coming through fine? Which abomination of nature? You calling the otter an abomination of nature? Let's do some lo-fi, girl. Ooh, winter update. Cool. We got new stuff coming up. Otters don't have jetpack. Yeah, but it's not an abomination of nature. It's just wearing a jetpack. What's wrong with that? Alright, how's that? Is that coming through okay? It's not drowning me out? Only fitness celebrity John based has naturally occurring jetpack. Hang on, is my other thing running? There we go. Alright, so now that we got that going, welcome back. It's been about 2 weeks. Unfortunately, I still haven't gotten a hole big enough drilled in for the head to fit the LED, so I'm still working on that. See, I've reached the point where this is too small now, and I tried to use the big drill, and that's a little bit problematic, and I don't want to screw up the head. So I've reached the point where I'm just have to like start trimming out bit by bit using a knife, and that is time consuming. This, on the other hand, I think it's dry now. Actually, no, I'm not gonna push it. So I'm gonna put this over here. But I did. These are the barrels for the beam Gatling. I painted it gunmetal gray. So I'm just gonna let that continue drying for now. But where we last left off, we were at the legs. So we're gonna pick up right over from there. Whether or not we manage to finish it on stream really depends. I get the feeling it's probably going to be at least a penultimate stream because I do have a hard stop at 2 o'clock or 2 a.m. because I do need to. I actually got to be getting up early in the morning. We'll be going to Williamsburg to watch my nephew play some tennis. So yeah, no later than 2. Anyways, how are y'all doing? Hope you all are having a chill Friday night. Where are we? Right leg. That's what I forgot to do. I forgot to label these dang runners. I keep telling myself to put some masking tape so I can label these, and I never get around to doing it. Okay. Yeah, hopefully you guys are having a chill Friday night. Mine's been mostly chill. Grabbed a pizza with Raven, now I'm reading Chainsaw. Nice. Never got into Chainsaw, man. Haven't read or watched any of it. Really, the majority of my anime watching is reserved solely for lazy anime. Which, by the way, Mike, tomorrow might be an if because I have no idea when we'll be home for the afternoon. Like, the family made it sound like we was going to be gone all day, but if we are on our way in time, I will let you know. No bigs to be a test if I can actually wake up on time now that I have Saturdays. Sleeping in until that time, what's that like? I think especially because of daylight savings, the latest I can wake up is probably 10 o'clock in the morning. Because my sleep schedule, sleeping habits as of late for like the past, I don't know, 2 or 3 months has been naturally waking up at 6, 7 o'clock without an alarm clock. It's weird. It's funny how the body works. E15 and 16. Where is my E-runner? Is this my E-runner? That is XB. No, crap. This is C1. Does not have a whole lot. This is the F runner. Where the hell's the E runner? Where the heck is the E? Oh, there you are. I have the circadian rhythm or freeform jazz ensemble. That is to say none. That was my sleep cycle was previously none, but it has changed over the past few months. For the better? I wouldn't say so. I mean, beneficial for the for the sake of like getting things done and waking up on time and all that. For the sake of my sanity and health, not so much. And you'd think like, I mean, I can't say I've been maintaining a better sleep schedule. I feel like I'm getting just a tad more sleep nowadays. But I feel like it's not doing me any favors with this. Because I feel like that's actually starting to get worse. Which I'm not really that happy about. Although it could just because I'm so dang busy. But that being said, at least I'm able to come back to this. Because boy, do I need the time to relax. Alright, how does this go? Oh, okay, I see it. Very interesting. Oh, Jesus Christ. Hi, chicken.
And here we see the John, so relaxed he yells out in surprise.
Thanks, David Attenborough. Okay. watch the both sides paying attention. Oh, okay. So we got that. B18 and 12.
No problem. Hey, do you have any drugs? I could really go for a serious high right now.
Not me. I'm not the one with the gummies. Chicken is. That's assuming she's not zooted right now. And 18.
Yo, hook me up, chicken, you gummy hogging bitch.
Are you gonna have an argument with yourself? What's going on here? Sign of a healthy mind that you talk to yourself as. Okay, so I'm perfectly fine then. Okay, thank you for that clarification. Crap, no. It's 2.5 hours. What would you expect it to be? Good, I done. Ew. I hope my Netflix isn't like that. Yes, but is it at the cost of your sanity to have to deal with ads? I can't deal with ads. I lose my goddamn mind trying to so much as listen to like a let's play or music on YouTube on my phone, because every fucking 5 minutes I have to deal with an ad and I'm losing my goddamn mind because of it. Like it, I haven't watched it yet. So just don't say much. I know it's gonna be nice looking. It's freaking Guillermo del Toro, and he's doing one of my pretty much my favorite classical monster story. I'm looking forward to it. I'm pissed that it's not showing in theaters around here. Oh, I'm sure it is. It's not like I don't have an eye for like beautiful cinematography. You know this. But I know you, and sometimes you just don't shut up about it. Chicken, you do realize who you're talking to, right? Hang on. If this is going to peek through. Yeah, it seems only fair that I should probably color this ventral part just a little bit on the dark side. Just a little bit. Now, how I should do this is the question. Actually, you know what? I'm going to highlight it, not darken it. Markings will actually stay on. Okay, that's pretty cool. I like that. I like the silver highlight. I'm pretty proud of that decision. And 19. J6. What's J? C. What the f... Okay, what the heck was that? What just fell? Hang on. Oh. Why can't anything stay on the desk? Where was I? J Runner. Six. Okay, this part right here. I'm just gonna go ahead and cut both of those out. You'll see that one fly. Actually, wait, hang on. We have tape. I do not. Shit on. Damn it, it's all the way over there. Crap. I will just have to use this. If I can be able to see it. That works. I'm going to cut out the this is B8 and 4. Should I? Yeah. Oh, jeez. Holy crap, Maganzo! Talk about a blast from the past. How are you doing, man? God, I don't even remember the last time I saw you, man. How you doing? Nice to see you again, and welcome back, and thank you for the sub. What you been up to? I'm doing good. I'm just having a nice, relaxing build stream of Gunpla. Chilling. This is pretty much my Friday nights nowadays. Wow, I think the last time I saw you is when you like jumped into my stream at random when I was playing Ghost of Tsushima on the first run. I was like, God, how long ago was that? That was a long time ago. Funny enough, I'm revisiting that right now. Oh, dude, you have no idea. Like, this was some... Actually, this... I've been doing Gunpla build streams for a little over a year now. Actually, about a year and a half, because I started doing this last April, I think? Last May or somewhere around, like, late springtime last year. And it started off just me trying to get back into the hobby itself. As a what do you call it? New Year's resolution for 2024. And I found another streamer, and she was doing build streams. She was building the RG God Gundam from Mobile Fighter G, and I was like, you know what? This looks like a lot of fun, and it can help me be more consistent. It can help me get back into the hobby more. And boy, did I keep doing it. And do I have an intention of stopping? Hell no. I don't spend nearly as much time on Twitch as I used to be with work these days. Oh yeah, that's totally understandable. Especially with the past couple months for me, because I've been busy doing like film production stuff, and my regular streaming schedule is like really all over the place. And the most that I can be able to like get at is probably one stream let's play day and then probably a build stream on Friday. But at the very least I can be able to do a build stream. This is essentially my mental self-care night. But yeah, if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be doing this, and I wouldn't have like really gotten back into the hobby, which I'm all for. Because if it wasn't for this, I wouldn't have like really touched on my love for film production design, and it's kind of like hit my niche in and just doing like production stuff in general. aside from acting and maybe a little bit of editing and cinematography and all that stuff, because I'm like all over the place, but I really shined as just like being part of production design. And little did I know, it's like as probably a couple months into the into doing build streams, I found out that like there's an entire community of Filipinos who do Gunpla builds. I'm just like, I have found my people. It's insane. Like, where have all these people been? But it's good to see you, Magonzo. Nice to see that you're doing well. Don't mind me. Just have a drink, have a snack, listen to either my ramblings or the nice little lo-fi that I've got going on here in Spirit City, and just relax for this Friday night. Thank you for the sub and welcome back for the time being. Lurk if you need to, just relax and chill with the rest of us. Speaking of Spirit City, did we get our... We are still waiting. I'm almost leveled up though, so that should be soon. So how's this go? Goes like that. Look, it just fits right in there. Does it go further in? Yeah, it goes further in. It goes in the square hole. Light is not doing me any favors. It's like shining right on the blade and I can't see. I don't have time to trim my nails. I can't tell if the nub is there or not. What's the finished build gonna look like? Have you ever watched Gundam Wing Endless Waltz? This is supposed to what it's supposed to look like. It's one of my favorite Gundams. So it's gonna look pretty sick. Lots of missiles, lots of DACA, all with a nice clown mask, which I am going to paint. I'm not gonna use that dang sticker. Where was I? Oh, it's right here. Like, the only way I could be able to one-up this is if I ever got the Eagle unit for it, which is really hard to find. Or worse, or even better yet, the Supernova Eagle, which adds even more DACA to it. Insane, I know. But that is just how the Heavyarms do. So this one's 4. And I have built a number of other Gundams over this past year and a half. The first one was obviously the RG Wing Zero EW. The one that started this whole madness. Done some other ones like the Master Grade RX-78 3.0. The Master Grade Shin Musha Gundam, which is probably one of my favorite Master Grades. This looks so dang cool. Done a lot of RGs. Most of them are of Gundam Wing. It's got the it was the RG Wing Zero EW, and then I did the Tallgeese, and then the Epion, and then the Wing Gundam TV, and then off stream as a side build I did the Wing Gundam EW version, and now they have the Wing Zero or Wing Proto Zero out, which I will also be getting eventually, not soon, because film production is expensive. It's like the only reason I haven't gotten the Master Grade NT1 Alex. A number of high grades. Let's see, what did I did the original Heavyarms. Sandrock I did off stream, same with the Wing Zero. Char's Red Comet Zaku. It's actually right over here. Because I was just using him for a kind of a motion comic video not too long ago. Yeah, the high grade origin version of Char's Red Comet. And then off stream, not too long after, I did a counterpart of the RX-78 origin version, which is probably at this point my favorite version of the RX-78. I love the origin version, so I will most likely get the Master Grade of it. I think I'm just going to end up having like an entire shelf just of the Master Grade RX-78. Is 3D printing a big thing in Gunpla? Seems for custom stuff, yeah. 3D printing and resin stuff, you can do a whole lot with that. That's a whole like extra thing that I'm pretty sure some custom builders, custom workers will be able to do if they can't like kit bash some pieces that they can't find, or if they want to like design their own things, they will totally resort to doing that. Um, Actually, he's in pieces right now because I haven't gotten around to doing water slides, but the Wing Zero master grade Vercod that I did has some custom pieces uh, made of resin that I added to it just for like extra greebles. It's not a whole lot, most because some of it broke when I was taking it off the runner, but the stuff that I was able to add on there just gives it that little extra bit of character to it, which I absolutely love. Will I do it again? Depends. Mostly because of just how tedious it was trying to one, I took forever getting around to it, so by the time I actually did, the resin pieces were so dry that when I was taking it off the runner, a fair amount of them broke. So note to self, when next time I do anything with resin, just go ahead and take care of it immediately while it's still soft. But 3D printing is totally a thing. Unfortunately I don't have a 3D printer, but I feel like I would probably go crazy with it. A 3D printer and probably one of those like CNC machines. Especially the CNC machines, you'll do like a whole lot of stuff with metal. I feel like I would go nuts with that thing. Actually, if I had that, I probably wouldn't even be doing just Gunpla. I'll probably be doing like props of some kind. I do a lot of 3D printing. Oh, nice! Oh yeah, you can totally do lots of fun stuff with just the 3D printer. And I'm pretty sure there's a lot of files of like that you could get on online, or probably just not just Gunpla. You can probably do like Macross, Pat Labor, Transformers. I think probably a lot of them were Transformers. But Sketchfab has a lot of stuff. Just bought a CNC mill lid to one of those plastic and wood, not metal, unfortunately. Okay. Yeah, if I had one that had metal, oh, I would be like making so many Star Wars props you would not believe. I would go crazy with that thing. Actually, if I had a CNC that could work with metal, I would probably be building my own replica of the Blade Runner pistol. Like, no joke. Okay, that's a little bit loose. Not sure how I feel about that. Okay, so... No, I put that on there. Didn't have to worry about that, so just bring that forward. Okay, next, PC Runner 9. Could probably cut and engrave aluminum, but might struggle or get too hot. Yeah. XB 17 and 18. That is not XB, that is E, although we'll put a label on that just so I can be able to see the dang thing. Need to make this more of a habit. Okay, so what am I looking for? I'm looking for the XB. Where is the XB? That is XA. There you are, XB. Yeah, 17 and 18, so it's right there. Followed by B14. Let's look at this. This goes where? This fits. Okay, so that's dead center, so I don't have to worry about that. It's right here. It's right into the notch, if I can get it to turn. Yeah, it might be a little bit problematic. How far is this supposed to go in? Is that far enough? I have no idea. Wait, hang on. Okay, so to the side. I think I did this wrong. Cripes. Hang on. Because this was pointed in the wrong direction. Uh-oh. Okay. Let's see if I can do this. Can I turn this? Question mark. Uh-oh. I think I did a boo-boo. Okay, we can push this through on the other side. No dice. Let's try this. This one won't even go through. Think. Too big. Kind of fix the gap. Kind of. Jeez. Okay. Question is, can I turn it? This is supposed to be turned down this way. Huzzah! I think. It is slightly deformed. Can I get this to fit? Huzzah! I am a genius. Before we continue on, let's see if we got our we did! Let's see what we got. Oh, no, we didn't. How long do we have to wait? Patience is key. I mean, we've been waiting for, like, how long? An hour now? Killing me here. Alright, we'll wait a little bit longer. For the next companion. Whatever it is. I'm gonna lie, this little part for the knee reminds me of the NT1 Alex, and it has this like little square on the top of the knee pad colored red. Not gonna lie, I kind of want to do the same thing for this. It's that, and then ankle. Ooh, missile pod, okay. There we go. Let's see who we got. Oh, it's a little pigeon. A carrier pigeon. Courier. Trying to get an early start writing some letters home. Thankfully, my seat at the table. Okay. You ever found a letter gently placed on your windowsill? You may have been visited by a courier. Couriers are the earnest spirits who help deliver mail to the farthest reaches of distant dimensions. They take responsibilities very seriously, securing their precious cargo in an enchanted satchel that safely stores letters without a single crinkle or crease while en route to its destination. I've learned that leaving a few seeds scattered on the windowsill is considered a welcome treat for a hard-working courier. Couriers can sense the intent behind every piece of mail they deliver, and their dimension-traveling magic becomes more potent the more sincere and earnest the emotion is. Travel postcards, save the dates, thank you notes, and flyers promoting local events and establishments are some of the spirit's favorite mail to carry. While the rarer nowadays, a heartfelt letter to a dear friend is considered the ultimate prize for any lucky courier to be entrusted with. Living out near the edge of the city, it still surprises me when I see just how big and endless Spirit City seems. While watching the buildings pass by from the train, I can't help but think about all the people who call it home. Spirits and people living and working together, I never experienced anything like that until I came here for my spiritography studies. I still remember the letter accepting my application, delivered by none other than a courier. Let's see what kind of looks we got for him. Where is he? Oh, we got like a little brown one, or a reddish. Pink. Rainbow, little rainbow feathers. Green one. Oh, it's got a little witch's hat. That's adorable. Kind of like this one. Alright, he'll be our companion while we wait for the next one. That one looks like a whale. I often hear sweet melody on quiet afternoons. As I look out across the balcony at the clouds, it almost sounds like wind chimes, though there is nothing in sight that could be making the sound. What is this, a freaking windfish? Okay, so afternoons. Balcony. Okay. Let's see what activity. At the clouds, so looking. There we go. At the clouds. That sounds like wind chimes. Okay. So take out the cityscape. There we go. See if we can't catch that one before the end of the stream. Okay, where was I? D8. Where is the D runner? This is the D runner. D5 and 8. Oh, that one just can't clear off. We're gonna keep the D runner right here, just in case. Since this is like a plug part, I don't have to worry about it making it look pretty. Just as long as, okay, that should be good. Okay, we got a pretty bad stress mark here. Where did I put that? Yes, I can grab it. There we go. That. Oh, don't start doing that. Don't you start locking up on me. Excuse you, chicken. Uh, 17. Okay, 2 of them. Just gonna do straight cuts. Then D2. Time is it? 12:30. Okay, about an hour and a half. Is that good time? I have no idea. But I feel like we're probably not going to be able to finish the build tonight. Considering. early filming of Star Trek Next Generation, Picard was supposed to have hair. Oh god. Are there production photos of that? I found one. Oh, we gotta see this. Okay, firstly, what color is the wig? Because my immediate thought when you said curly wig, I thought redhead, so it makes him look a little bit like Carrot Top. Like a blondish gray. Alright, let's see what this is. Oh my god! What is that? Hang on, where it is. I have no words. Like, what is that? This hurts my head. I'm gonna put that away. I'm glad they didn't go through with that. It makes him look like an old lady. Oh, please, God, no. Don't. Because I feel like that will only result in two outcomes. One, he'll probably slap you. Or two, he'll humor you. Actually, no. The third one, he'll cuss you out for bringing that, bringing up an abomination such as that. Mike, if curly wig Picard haunts my dreams, I'm gonna be so mad at you. Just let it be known. It's gonna replace the whale in your nightmare? What kind of whale is haunting your nightmares? Pray tell. It's an old Simpsons reference? Okay. XP32. XP33. Sea Captain thought about the crotch of Homer's sweatpants wearing out in the episode where Homer was a food critic. Ah. I don't remember that one. Season 11, episode 3, okay. You say old episode, but it's like season 11. How many seasons are they in now? 32? Yeah, exactly. I say as I made like a really obscure Simpsons reference the other night during Ghost of Tsushima. No, the assassin's shoes. I don't know why I remember that episode. I just do. I still need to practice the Japanese for that. Actually, what was the Japanese quote for that? I also love when Homer is seeing the family as clowns and Marge just dudes out entry of the clan. Okay, I think I found a different phrase from before. Hashiri na tamago, which is essentially a direct translation for you better run egg. Hashiri na tamago. All right, I'm gonna type it down. Because it has that and the more polite version of Hashite kudasai tamago. Hashiri na tamago. Yeah, it says although this phrase would sound very strange in Japanese and would most likely be misunderstood. So what's the? But hashirina says like that's the casual command meaning, so I have no idea. Make it what's battle cry? Transliterated makes sense when English speak, yeah. I'm trying to remember the one that I found during the Tsushima stream, because I don't think that was the same phrase. But I feel like this one sounds a bit more natural sounding. All that for just one missile pod. I like how it's not even one door, it's two of them. Now we gotta get the other one on one leg. No, so we'll get that. So the other side would be one. This is showing. Okay, yeah, it totally shows up, so I gotta make this clean. Japanese Gundam Assemble starters. Which one was the Gundam Assemble? Is that the Warhammer figs? Oh, wait. Hang on. Where is it?
For a while now, some of us Warhammer fans have been...
There we go. Okay. Thank you. Recognize that voice, Mike. Turn this down just for a hot second. She just posted this like a month ago, and I was like, wait a minute. I should save this. My future ex-wife. There we go.
For a while now, some of us Warhammer fans have been putting aside our miniature painting brushes, if only for a little bit, in order to partake in what is for some of us a brand new hobby, Gundam. And around a year ago, when I made my first video about venturing into the bizarre world of Gunpla as a Warhammer fan, I came to the conclusion that whilst it does have some similarities to my homeboy and one true love Warhammer, it did feel different enough that I could never imagine the two ever competing for my attention in a significant way. And I'm happy now to have two very different hobbies, which, wait a minute, what? What is this? What do you, no, oh my god, no. So like, yeah, I guess forget everything I just said, because Gundam now has a Warhammer scale miniature game, and I've never wanted to paint anything more in my entire life. They got me. Good job, Bandai. Well played. For those who are out of the general Gundam loop, this is Gundam Assemble, Bandai's brand new hex-based miniature war game, which features familiar-looking grey plastic miniatures ready for painting in all of our favourite mobile suits from the Gundam series. And I'm here today because, of course, I managed to get my hands on some of the miniatures. Yay. So
Ooh, what'd she get?
I'm going to show you everything you want to know about these brand new minis, from a full unboxing and build session, a first impressions
Check out the
reaction to
Gundams,
the
Zaku. Oh, that's
and then
Char's red
obviously,
comet.
We're going to paint one up, obviously. But we're not just going to be slapping some paint on the miniature and calling it done just for the sake of it. No. Instead, I'll be combining both my extensive Warhammer
God
experience
damn!
and a couple of brand new techniques I've picked up from the Gundam hobby too, in order to push not only this miniature, but also myself, my painting skills, and my comfort zone further than they've ever been pushed
Holy
before.
shit.
And hopefully, by finally unifying these two hobbies with their very different skill sets and styles, I'll in theory be able to make this miniature one of the best I have
Charge
ever
Zaka with
painted.
2 Zakas, the other one's a Gundam, gun cannon, and gun tank. Okay.
So before we get started on our tiny Gundam adventure that I am so hyped for, I first want to mention something very exciting which happened to the channel, which you may have noticed already, and that is that whilst I was editing my last video, the channel officially hit over 200,000 subscribers. Wow. I really don't know what to say. Like, I didn't know what to say the first time this happened, and now the number is even bigger, so I'll try and keep it brief and just say thank you guys.
Also saw
so
talkies
much
with
for
2
being
Leos. You
here.
can
Thank
probably
you
guess
for
which one I
commenting,
want.
liking,
Just for the sake of
subscribing,
having
even
it.
occasionally turning up to watch a video. I really appreciate it because turns out I really like doing this whole YouTube thing, and it's wonderful that you guys seem to enjoy doing it alongside with me. So yes, thank you so much, and let's get back to the video. As I mentioned in the
Okay,
intro,
maybe 2
these
of them.
minis are part of the new Gundam Assemble game, and if you're excited to grab the full range and start playing the game, well, you'll have to wait because the game itself isn't launching until I think early 2026. I think. Don't quote me on that, but it is later. But if, like me, you are just itching to get your hands on the miniatures themselves, then you can get some of the Gundam Assemble minis a little bit earlier, as some of them are included in these also brand new Gundam card game boxes. And since I was very impatient to get my hands on these miniatures as soon as I could, and because I have been a little Gundam the card game curious, I pre-ordered some of the boxes and they have arrived, and that is what I have here today. Yay. And I'm really glad that I did
Except for my
pre-order
coffee.
them because apparently they have been very, very popular and are pretty sold out in a lot of places. Either way, let's dive right in and take a first look at what's inside these boxes. In each box, you get a paper playmat, some instructions, a very thick and generous deck of cards and tokens,
God
and of course,
damn!
your 3 on the sprue Gundam Assemble miniatures. And I paid £35 for each of the boxes, so £70 for both my 2 boxes combined, which for 6 miniatures, I think £70 would be quite expensive. But fortunately, because I'm also looking
That is a
into the
shitload
card
of
game,
cards.
you do get, I cannot stress this enough, a lot of very nice cards in this box as well as the minis. I do feel like these boxes are quite good value for money. And I don't want to spend too long talking
Oh
about
man, that
the cards
holographic
themselves, because
one.
that's not why we're here today, but I really do think that they are so nice and they deserve a little bit of a spotlight too. So here's a quick look at them anyways, just in case you are also a little bit Gundam card curious. But yeah, back to the minis. Each of the boxes comes with 3 miniatures that go alongside the main themes and mobile suits of each card deck. The boxes I chose were the Heroic Beginnings one, which includes the iconic RX-78-2, the gun cannon and the gun tank, and Zeon's Rush, obviously because it's got a bunch of base Zakus in it.
Not gonna
including
lie, I would
Charles'
probably just
custom
collect it
Zaku,
just to
which is
collect
my
it and not
favorite,
even
just
play it.
pink. So let's finally have a look at how these Gundams assemble. I think with these miniatures, the big question on everyone's lips is, how do they compare to Warhammer miniatures? And as with anything, there are some big pluses and some small minuses when you're comparing the two to each other. Let's start with some of the positives, and yes, a huge one here is that just like the larger Gundam kits, these guys go together like an absolute dream using entirely push-fit technology and zero glue. Given they're around the same scale as a Warhammer miniature, they do absolutely put the Games Workshop push-fit technology to shame. The minis go together so easily with no more than around 5 to 7 pieces per model, and there are no gaps to fill and no fingers breaking trying to squeeze together a torso or plug a leg into a body. On top of that, similarly to the mainline Bandai plastic kits, the mold line issue is basically non-existent. Now, I'm not saying that there are no mold lines at all on these minis, there are still a few, but they're either very, very small in comparison to Warhammer, or so well hidden within the details themselves that you can't see them, and there's very little cleanup required after you've assembled them, which again is a big plus in my books. The details as well on the miniatures themselves are really, really nice too. They are sharp and fine and not at all soft, as you can see demonstrated here on this nicely sculpted and detailed half of Grandpa's tiny little face. The minis are simple, but they still have enough detail to make them look intricate and representative of the source material and their larger counterparts too. But as an obsessive miniature painter, I do kind of wish there were just a few more panels and rivets here and there for me to really get stuck into and paint. But again, that's just me, probably being a little bit selfish and forgetting that a lot of the time people kind of like simpler miniatures. So editing Louise here as a quick aside, because literally today they have just revealed some pictures of some upcoming G-Quacks Gundam assemble
Oh, dang,
miniatures,
they're doing
and,
G-Quacks already.
yeah, they look like the most detailed miniatures I've ever seen, and I can't wait to paint them. But yes, it looks like in the future we have some more detailed Gundam assemble miniatures to look forward to. Yay! Back to the video. And speaking of negatives, specifically from a Warhammer point of view, one thing that I know you guys will have probably picked up on already is that there doesn't seem to be a lot of scope for kit bashing on these miniatures. The parts and poses are pretty locked in on these miniatures, and the arms and the weapons all kind of fit only in the dedicated places where they're supposed to be. And obviously this will make it a lot harder to do an arm, weapon, or even a pose swap without having to buy multiple kits or using some heavy green stuff and converting skills. And if you are a little bit kit bash curious, then these miniatures stand just slightly taller than your average Primaris Space Marine, and the head is basically the exact same size too, so do with that information what you will. Make a Gundam Space Marine. Do it. But once you snap these miniatures together, which like I said takes no time at all, they absolutely slap and look totally amazing. The poses are all super dynamic and iconic, the plastic quality and detail feels great, and overall, as both a miniature painter and a Gundam fan, I am seriously impressed and very, very happy with these guys too. But with all of them built, it's time to decide which one I'm going to paint, and obviously it's Grandpa. Come on. For those who aren't as Gundam enthused as I am, the RX-78-2 is kind of like the poster boy and the OG Gundam, and is basically the whole reason that I bought this box here. I'm sorry, Guntank, you're fine too. So let's start painting and find out what it looks like when you paint one of these Gundam miniatures like it's a Warhammer miniature. Let's go. Since I was a little bit intimidated by the sculpt, I thought I would just dive right in and start painting it up in exactly the same way I would any Warhammer miniature, by priming it up with some matte black primer, and then start by painting the head first. I thought that the head would be a good place to start because it felt like a familiar sort of shape to the ones that I'm used to painting, as in, if I really wanted to and I squinted my eyes, I could sort of trick myself into believing that I was painting a weird kind of Space Marine helmet, and I've painted loads of those before, so no biggie, right? Not intimidating at all. But to my surprise, it was actually a wee bit trickier than a typical Space Marine helmet, mostly because the scale is actually quite a bit smaller, especially the eye details. They're quite deep set inside of the helmet when it's assembled, and they are very, very tiny as well, so I had to spend some time here making them look right. As I reached the end of painting the helmet, I looked at it and yeah, it was a nice paint job, and the recesses were all deep and readable despite the size, and it was good enough overall, but something was definitely missing. It was just kind of meh, especially when I had decided that I was really gonna try and push myself with this miniature. But then I had an awesome idea which would end up taking this entire project to the next level. Given that I had recently spent an entire week building the most impossibly detailed version of this suit at perfect grade scale, I thought, why not incorporate some of the details from that kit onto this miniature. And this all sounds well and good, but let's remember...
Alright, Dovahkiin. How you doing? We're watching,
1 inch tall, and the perfect grade unleashed kit
watching some
is
rogue
like
hobbies,
10
getting
times
into,
that size. So in order to scale
getting
down
to
the
Gundam
details
Assemble.
I want to be the size of my miniature, I'm gonna have to do some very, very tiny freehanding. Oh no, freehanding tiny details onto a miniature. I hate doing that. What a torture. What'll I do? I think that was good acting. I added in some of those extra panel lines just using some darker blackish paint, and then I highlighted them with some white to make them look extra 3D, and then I chose some of the decals and text elements from the PGU to freehand in as well.
Good
And honestly,
lord.
already I think it's made such a difference to the miniature. It really took it from just a good-ish paint job to exactly what I had in mind for this whole project, which was an opportunity to push myself and also the miniature. After the head was done, I moved on to the rest of the miniature, painting it in much the same way I had the head, by gradually building up those bluish white tones and adding in some deep black recess shading to really make those details pop at a distance. But after I'd spent ages doing the arm and the gun with all of its freehanding to match the PGU and some cool effects, something still wasn't enough for me. Like, something about the white still looked off and a little bit flat, and like I just wasn't trying hard enough, and I couldn't shake the feeling that I just wasn't happy with the miniature, and that was just the worst. But then I remembered some ancient wisdom taught to me by a very talented painter, which is one of the best ways that you can highlight white is actually with weathering. Because the white on this guy's armor is so white, the sharpness of the lines can get a little bit lost in all of the highlights. So by using some very thin dark lines along the sharpest points, it highlights them whilst also making it look like some cool cartoony cell shaded line art at the same time. Like I said, you can get a similar effect on white armor by doing some chipping or weathering along the sharper edges and corners, but since that scale of detail would be so small on this miniature that you'd never see it, and because I quite like the look of it, I am going with the line art style. Putting this line art and some of the
We'll have to
sharper points
watch
of the
some of
white,
those,
I
like,
think not only added a
videos for
lot more
tutorials when I
visual
do the ground
interest on
Gundam,
this very
since I'm gonna
blank
do like
white
battle
area,
damage and
but
weathering.
also kind of pushed me out of my comfort zone and forced me to try something which looked pretty different from my usual style. Moving back onto the torso area, I was finally painting something other than white armor, so I was having a lot of fun. But more importantly, I think it was right here that something in my stupid monkey painting brain kind of started to click. A lot, if not most, of what I paint is either organic
You ordered
or
third-party kit, my first
heavily
one? Oh, really? What'd you
like a
pre-order?
goblin or a space marine, and this guy felt like it was neither of those things. This Gundam miniature almost felt like I was painting a bunch of shapes, if that makes sense. He's all angles and corners and very simple blocky chunks. And as I worked on his torso, I realized that painting shapes is
I normally
actually
wouldn't
pretty
build a third
cool.
party, but
I
this one
started to
looked cool and I can't remember the
exaggerate
name of
shadows
it.
and light way more in this area by making some bolder choices.
I'm gonna
with
give
my
this,
colors to really
this
try
missile
and boost
pod
the
some
contrast,
silver
and
detailing.
honestly, it was super fun, but I also think it made the miniature just look, I don't know, a little bit more cartoony and definitely
Has a
bolder,
sword and some
but in a
nice gold
really good
trim.
way. The simplistic shapey sculpt
Is it red?
itself gave me
Is it the red
loads of
Astray?
room to either go as hard or as simply and smoothly as I liked, like on the shield here. It's quite a big flat area, so I spent ages doing a big bit of blending all over it, again exaggerating all those clean lines and angles to give it this almost crystal-like shading effect. And between my new confidence in this style of painting,
It's a non-Bandai
all the fun I
kit.
was having carrying over those free-handed details from the PGU, and also
The only other thing I can
the
think
world's best
of
reference
that
material
has
ever,
a sword and
I
gold
was finding
trim
that this whole project was
would be the
just
Shin
an
Musha, but
absolute
the one I
blast for
have,
me to paint, which, like I said
yeah,
at the beginning,
it's not.
was something
I don't know if
wasn't
there's a
quite
third party
expecting
of the
from
Shin
such
Musha.
a simple sculpt. By the time I got round to the legs, I was feeling pretty confident in myself, so I decided that since I was just about rounding off the miniature, I would go super hard in this area and put everything I had learned into practice to put myself through one more skill challenging test, or skill testing challenge, one of the two. Either way, I wanted to do something very cool on the legs. I used this old Gundam box art as a reference to help me push my contrast skills and get really confident with my shadow placement on this final dominant white area. And when I tell you guys that this pair of unassuming Gundam legs have done more to rewire my brain into being a better painter than maybe the last 2 years of painting combined, I mean it. And I know that sounds fake and weird, but I promise you it's true. Just listen up, hear me out. In the last couple of years, I really feel like, unfortunately, my painting skills have kind of plateaued. And that doesn't mean I think I'm bad at painting or anything like that, but I just don't feel like, given the amount of time I spend painting, I'm making huge improvements like I used to when I first started. And that feeling kinda sucks a little bit. But as with any hobby, whether it's music, sports, video games, or even miniature painting too, I find that you occasionally face a challenge like a particularly
links don't go-
tricky
okay.
level or a complicated song that pushes
I didn't
you
know that was a
out of
link.
your allotted skill set and comfort zone, and it kind of forces your brain to work in a different way. And this miniature was definitely like that for me. Especially given the fact that I'm painting white here, I have never ever been so bold and brash with my shadow placement on a miniature ever. I thought I would be so scared and nervous to put like such a dark grey next to a white in the hopes that it doesn't look like a grey mushy mess, but I trusted the process and myself, and it ended up going so much better than I thought it would. By the time I'd put in all of my stylistic panel lines over the top of the white and added in that extra little bit of free-handed detail, the legs looked so clean and crisp, and most importantly,
Good
like
God.
I actually understood what I was painting in a really meaningful way. But either way, with the miniature looking complete, we are not done yet, because as per usual, when it came round to basing the
That's a
miniature,
name, Knights
I
of the
ended up
Round
feeling
Crucible. That's the name
predictably
of okay.
a little bit stumped.
Let me look
I
that up real
decided
quick.
I wanted to do something which would both tie in with the miniature's aesthetic, but also not distract from the paint job like I think a full scenic base would. So I popped on my tablet and I sculpted up a simple hex plinth with some smaller hexes dotted around on top of it too. Because the final Gundam Assemble miniatures are advertised as being on the
Oh my god, that wing
bases,
zero!
not the round bases that the miniatures come with for some reason, and also because everybody knows that hexagons are peak sci-fi. I printed out the bases in a few different heights and sizes,
Knights.
cleaned them up, and I picked the one that I thought
The
suited him
round.
best. Then for the color scheme, I opted for a very dark blue, almost black gradient with
Percival.
some soft highlights focusing into the corner, because I thought a nice dark base would kind of help the miniature itself stand out a little bit more. And here you can see that I'm just dry brushing. There's absolutely no airbrush needed for this very smooth dark gradient that I'm making. I'm just using my favorite cheap makeup brushes, and I'm very slowly and carefully building up my
Crima
colours in
Netley, that thing
gradual
is
layers,
gorgeous!
focusing the lighter colors into the side here in a very small area until the result looks airbrushed. I personally love flexing by doing this kind of really smooth gradient stuff.
Hold up, we gotta
without
pause
airbrush.
this real
Of
quick.
course,
We gotta... This is a freaking 1/44th scale? Look at that! That looks like a freaking master grade, like a high quality master grade. 1/144th? That is gorgeous! Okay. Not gonna lie. I kind of want this one. Like, I have no idea what these are, but this looks sick. Yeah, let me know what the plastic quality of that is. All right, let's continue.
If you have an airbrush and you're good at using it like I am not, then please use it because it's probably much, much easier. But now with the base all complete, it's time to finally put the whole thing together, whap out my sci-fi background book, and give this guy the reveal that he deserves. Like I said, I think it's so rare after so many years of miniature painting that something comes along which really pushes me outside of anything that I've tried before, but this guy really did that for me. And despite the fact that on paper the color scheme is pretty basic,
That looks
and could end up
amazing.
looking
Holy
a
shit.
bit uninspiring, I think that the deep panel lining, boosted contrast which looks almost like cell shading, and especially all of those free-handed perfect grade unleashed details has made this miniature look anything but. So yeah, please let me know in the comments section what you think of this miniature and how you think I did, and let me know if you're as excited as I am for the full release of this miniature game. Because whilst I started off this whole project assuming I would be using my Warhammer skills to make me a better Gundam painter, what I didn't expect was for this unassuming Gundam miniature to actually make me a better Warhammer painter, and I think that's pretty cool. But I'm afraid that is all we have time for today. As usual, thank you so much for watching this video. I do hope you enjoyed it, and thank you for being rogues. I will see you in the next one. Bye. Bye-bye. Bye.
Damn, she did a really good job on that miniature. Alright, how are we looking on the... Okay, it's still there. Hang on, I didn't see the Lancelot. What's the Lancelot look? Knights of the Round. Lancelot. Oh, holy shit. That is a big ass axe. I should not be looking at these because I feel like I'm running on a budget already, and I don't need to be like worrying about spending more money. That's gonna be very unhealthy for me if I keep looking at that. Tommy's doing more Monster Hunter Zoids. Oh, there's a Rathalos? Ooh. Holy crap, for a high grade 1/144th scale? That is insane. Got my little additional details as if the red missiles aren't enough on the one leg. Two hours in, and I only managed to get one leg. Actually, let's go ahead and panel line, and then we'll call it a night. Honestly. I thought I would be able to get both legs done, but at this rate, it's going to take like take me a while just to get the other leg done. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna panel line. Panel line the leg and the front skirts. I haven't done any panel lining for the body at all. All the really good sweet kits are either sold out or stupid expensive. Major oof. On 100 scale Berserk Fury. $320. Holy shit. Damn, dude. I'd rather buy a PGU Grandpa instead. Okay, where is it? I have too many things laying around. Where are my Q-tips? There you are. Honestly, I hope you guys don't mind that I like milked this build for all it's worth, mostly because of time. And just like spending extra time compared to like other builds. Like I said, I don't have the other kit for the next build arc. So I'm really just like taking my sweet time with these other filler streams or filler builds. But Gunpla is Gunpla, so I don't think anybody would be complaining. 。 . 。  . 。 . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . That being said, I am curious as to what you guys would want my next build to be once I'm finally done with this one. Because I did have plans to do the RG 2.0, which is sitting right here under the desk, which I do have. But I do also have the actually, I could do one of several things. One is obviously the RG 2.0. The other one is working on the HG Unicorn with the custom paint job, shift to Sailor Moon builds. I don't think that would last that long, considering. Now, I don't even know if there are any Sailor Moon model kits. Let's find out while we're here. PG and marathon build. Like, again, I don't have the funds to buy a PG. Sailor Moon. Model kits. Yeah, there's not exactly any model kits per se. There's some figures. But that's probably about it. Couple garage kits. Yeah, there's not really any model kits. Unless I find a kit of the Noble Gundam. But if I do that, I'll probably repaint it to look like Sailor Jupiter. But, yeah. Ooh, Gypsy Danger? Nice. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh yeah, next build. So after this, I'll probably put up a poll, but my initial thoughts would be doing either the RG 2.0, finally get that started, or do the HG Unicorn Gundam with the RX-78 custom paint job. Now, if I do that one's mostly going to be painting as opposed to building. Or, because I've been severely neglecting it, I could just do a not so much assembly build stream, but more of a detailing stream, where I finally return to the Master Grade Wing Zero Verka and finish doing the water slides for decals for that, because he's sitting there disassembled, collecting dust, waiting for me to finally get back to working on him. And I will benefit from either three of those choices. Because one, it's, well, regardless of which one I do, I'm still doing a build stream. And two, it's biding time while I finally get around to getting the Master Grade NT1 Alex, which I still haven't gotten. I'm sorry, what? Wait. Is this a Kotobukiya Metal Gear Rex? Or is this a different brand? God dang it. It doesn't say? Because I want the Kotobukiya. But if the... Okay. I gotta see this. Oh, this is totally the Kotobukiya. Okay, I'm gonna bookmark this because I've been hunting for this one for a long time. Yeah, that's the Kotobukiya Metal Gear Rex. Every time I would try and find it, I either didn't have the funds or it was always sold out. Mostly the latter. And the ones that I would find aren't that exact version. Okay, this is not going in, so I'm just gonna hold off on this. No, it's like it's usually around like 80 bucks, give or take. So that's definitely good. Other versions I've seen are like either the black version or the Metal Gear Solid 4 version, but I want the original Metal Gear Solid 1 gray version. Sahelanthropus. Oh, I've seen the Sahelanthropus. I've seen that one locally. I've seen that in one of the video game heavens. I think that one's like much more expensive. As cool as Sahelanthropus is, I want Metal Gear Rex. Hey, we'll end it up with this this new spirit companion. Well, Whality. See, that looks nicer, as opposed to the windfish that sounds like Gilbert Gottfried. These serene sky dwellers glide through the air, emanating gentle music for all to enjoy from miles away. Their whale song doesn't come from their throats, but from the wind vibrating through the openings scattered across their mostly hollow bodies. Describing my first time hearing it in these pages won't do it justice. It was like a lingering feeling of wanderlust and nostalgia for places I've never even seen before. Whaledies instinctively gather towards others with complementary pitches to create beautiful chords as they flock together, which has coined the term a harmony to describe a group of them. Funnily, it's the larger Whaledy who tend to be the most intimidated by cities and crowds, I suppose because land life seems so inaccessible to them, whereas smaller ones sometimes break off from their harmonies to live amongst us with a wide-eyed curiosity. Getting a window seat on a train is a must if you be passing through this region, since the Cloud District's vistas are incomparably breathtaking. During the day, sunbeams dance out the billowing clouds to trace golden halos against the blues, pinks, and origins of the horizon sky. Make sure to plan your trip in advance, since train tickets book up extra fast during Whaledy migration season. Let's see how they look. Oh, we're gonna look at them. Up. I am the windfish. Okay, just because. What's the next one? We'll save it for next. I used to have trouble sleeping at night trains until I found a cozy spot inside the train and started counting sheep as the fields rolled by, counting wonders for getting some rest. So apparently the next ones are probably sheep. Oh my god, look at him. He's playing video games with his flipper. Okay. So we'll end it on that note. We only managed to get one leg done. But it's the Heavyarms, so there's a lot of extra stuff on here. Plus I'm taking my sweet time. So for some reason this will not attach. I think I'll probably just have to push a little bit harder. That's what she said. But hang on, I'm gonna turn off the sounds. Oh. Okay. Conscious skills really blow. Okay, where was I? Next Friday might be a maybe because I do have to wake up really, really friggin' early for the shoot next weekend. So I will either it will either be a short stream or I won't stream at all. Won't really know until when the time comes. But I feel like we'll probably have this. I guess this is not the penultimate stream, but probably these got two more after this because we still have to do the other leg and finish the head. If I ever get around to drilling a hole big enough for it, and doing the beam gatlings. I think the beam gatling shouldn't take that long. I say that as it took me this long just to finish a leg, but we'll just have to see. Again, I'm milking this for as long as I can just to buy time. But I will put up a poll on what to do next, and I'll leave that up there. But in the meantime, thank you all for joining me. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday will again be up in the air. It will most likely be Ghost of Tsushima, the Kurosawa run. If by some chance I do all 3 nights in streaming, it will probably be 2 nights of Ghost of Tsushima and 1 night of, I don't know, something. Either a new Let's Play that will take up that 1 night, or the 1 night slot, probably the Wednesday spot, or Impulse Gaming. Not really sure. But yeah, that'll be the plan. And I will let you guys know if I do stream next Friday. Because I gotta wake up at like 4 in the morning. Next Saturday. Trying to think of anything else. Hopefully I didn't miss anything else. But yeah, if you like this stream, you can head on over to the following links. Not inks, links. The first link will take you to the Lazy League Discord, and you'll be able to find the rest of us, such as Oh Hey Mike K, the Batquin, Gumduff the Grey, and many others in our circle who also streams. A lot of fun stuff that goes on over there, like watch parties. The aforementioned lazy anime block earlier is up in the air. It's a maybe. It really depends on whether or not we make it home in time, because I will be going to Williamsburg for a fair amount of the day. I have no idea how long we're going to be there. Yeah, I will let you know if, as soon as I can whether or not we'll be good for a lazy anime, Mike. So just keep a heads up. I'm trying to think, what else am I missing? Oh, whether or not I do lazy anime block on Saturday will not change the idea, the fact that I will also be holding another watch party on Sunday. It's going to be a little bit earlier than usual, mostly because it's going to be a double feature. Because I'll be showing both Alien Romulus and Predator, Killer of Killers. So, y'all get ready for that. That's going to be a fun one. So that'll be Sunday night, 9 a.m. Oh, not 9 a.m., 9 p.m., I'm sorry. 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Discord. So come by and join us for that one. Hold up, did that say 4 o'clock? Why did it say 3? Why does it say 3? I'm gonna edit that. I feel like Discord changed the timing of the events just because of daylight savings, but I could be wrong. Anyways, where was I? Yeah, watch party on Sunday. Double feature, Alien and Predator. What other watch parties are there? Oh yeah, there's Grimm. We're actually going to be reaching the end of Grimm this coming Thursday. We got the last 2 episodes of season 6, so that's gonna be interesting. See how it all turns out. God, I can't believe we're already almost finished with the that series. But yeah, where was I? The second link. Second link will take you to the sister site for this channel, which I think I'm still behind and haven't gotten around to updating. But there you can be able to find more info and other upcoming streams that I have planned. And my past archive of all the past streams that I've done, like all the other Let's Builds that I've done, but never archived to the YouTube. Well, actually, no, I did. I just never organized it in a playlist. They're in there somewhere. But yeah, you can catch those. If you got any questions, comments, concerns that you would like me to know about, or any suggestions that you might have for me for future Let's Plays, Let's Builds, or Retro Nights, that throw off my mental scripting. Anyways, you can catch shoot them out to me on the contact page. Alternatively, you can scroll down below. We'll have to decide, depending which platform you're watching from, to find the Blue Sky link. Other links help to support the channel, and other streamers who aren't connected or affiliated with the Lazy League. They're just ones that I like to watch and follow. Check them all out whenever you can. They're all great. And again, thank you for joining me tonight, for stopping by. Magonzo, if you're still there, thank you for the resub earlier. It's nice seeing you again. Hope you're doing well. And everybody else, hope you all have a great night and a great weekend. Until then, take care. Love and hype. Life is good. Good night, everyone.